Hey everybody, and on today's vlog, we're going to be playing Ship of Treasures by Pressman. X marks the spot. Hey Meeple people, how's everyone doing? And Sarah, what are we playing today?
Today we are going to play Ship of Treasures, which is a 2 to 4 player game from Pressman. We got this at a thrift store today. It looked like it could be fun and unique, and I wanted to try it, and it was only $4.
Oh snap.
So I grabbed it and we're gonna try it. This is our first game. Normally when we film, we've played at least one other game so that we can speak with a little bit of foreknowledge. That is not what we're doing here. We're just gonna try it. So I apologize in advance if I'm not 100% on the rules. Especially because the rule book to me is a tiny bit lacking. There are a couple of things where I'm like, I have a question about that, or that's not 100% clear to me. And there's no, the rule book is not super great. And we did not like research this on BGG or anything like that. So apologies in advance if I'm a little squishy on the rules or if I get something wrong, but it should just be a fun sort of silly little game that we're just gonna try. So, would you like me to tell you about it?
Yes.
All right, so in Ship of Treasures, we are pirates and we are hiding treasure and traps on this ship. So this is actually the bottom of the game board here, and then there's this little attachment that creates the sort of front of the ship. And this is this sort of thing that is going to sit inside the ship. Like so.
Just look at that. It's like Guess Who, except...
Yeah, it's a little bit like Guess Who. So each of these is a little hinged lid, and you can open any one of these, and inside there are little tiny boxes. So what's going to happen is players are going to hide these little treasures around the ship. And then they're also going to hide these cannonballs around the ship. So in a 2-player game, we have to hide the components for 2 separate players. So I'm going to be hiding the cannonballs and treasure chests for blue and red, and Nick is going to be hiding them for yellow and green. And when we hide these, we have to hide the treasure and the cannonballs for that color underneath an X of the same color. So for example, if I hid the red treasure, I could hide it under any red X, and I would just open this and I would pop it inside, close the lid, and I'd have hidden that. And they give us these pirates journals, which we can use to keep track of where we've sort of hidden things or looked throughout the game. So I'm going to have Nick close his eyes because I've already filled out my pirates journal, and I'm going to show you.
It's going to be kind of hard for the cameraman to do that.
Just hold still.
Hold still. All right.
Close those eyes. All right. He's closing his eyes. He does not seem to be peeking, so I'm going to show you. This is my plan for laying out the red and blue treasure and the related cannons. So I put T's for treasure and C for cannonballs, and I'm going to, with Nick's eyes closed, I am going to open the hatches of the corresponding boxes on the ship here, and I am going to hide my cannons and treasure in these places that I've marked out on my board here. All right, I'm going to put that away. Nick can open his eyes again. He's going to do the same thing.
I don't think the cameraman should ever close their eyes, but okay.
He's going to do the same thing with his player board. He's going to determine where he's going to put his treasure and cannonballs, and then I'll close my eyes and he'll hide his under the appropriate X's of the matching color, and then we'll be ready to start. And the object of the game is for a player to accumulate a treasure of every color except their own. So I'm the blue player. I need a yellow, green, and red treasure. And if I can do that before Nick collects one of every treasure but his own, then I will win the game. But if he does it before I can, then he will win the game. As we're playing, we might run into cannonballs, whether they're our own or another player's. And if we run into cannonballs, then we basically lose our next turn. But that cannonball is removed from the game. There's also some blank spots on the board, which we might end up on because the way that we move in this game is that we have these two six-sided dice here. This one is a directional die, so it has the 4 cardinal directions on it and 2 of these sort of skull and crossbones. So we're going to roll that, and then we're also going to roll just a regular 6-sided die. And the results are going to give us a direction and a number of spaces that we have to move in. You have to move in that direction. You have to move that number of spaces. You can't like double back on yourself. You can't step onto pieces you've already stepped on that turn. And you might end up falling off the boat, right? So like, let's say that I was here, for example, and this was my roll. I have to move 1 south. Well, I end up in the water, and I'll swim underneath the boat, and I'll come out up here and end up here. So while we are moving about the boat, we may end up falling off either end of the boat or either side of the boat. And if we fall off the boat, then we just sort of get back onto the boat after we've swam, whatever the word is, around the boat. And then we get to, there are this deck of cards here. We may be able to draw these cards at different points in the game, and they're going to affect all kinds of things, from like we can affect our die rolls with cards, we can re-hide treasure if we want to, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then like I said, it's a race. The first person to collect the 3 treasures of the other player's colors wins the game. So I think the best way to do it is just dive in.
Oh yeah. So, our Meeple people, we're going to go ahead and dive in and just start playing this, and we'll come back mid-game and discuss more about Ship of Treasures by Pressman. Alright, let's do it. Toodles! Yar, me mateys. So, how's it going, Sarah, with this game?
So, it's going pretty well, I think. Nick and I have each collected 2 treasures. We each have a yellow and a red treasure. And we each only need 1 more. I need a green one and Nick needs a blue one, and whoever can find that first wins the game. So ooh. I have made some notes. Again, I'm going to make Nick close his eyes.
Hold on. Okay. Go.
Okay.
Again, this isn't a great idea for the cameraman to keep closing them.
I've made some notes on my board to show kind of like these spaces over here were like ones that Nick had opened and like revealed that there wasn't anything in them, so I scribbled those out, and then like I made notes where like Nick had blown up a bomb or found a treasure or that kind of thing. All right, Nick, you can open your eyes. So I've made some notes on my sheet about what's going on the ship from what I can sort of deduce from Nick's movements and things like that. And yeah, I think it's definitely pretty silly, but I think it's kind of a cool sort of...
it's a goofy little game.
Yeah. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I think this is a good family game.
This was actually created by a couple of girls who...
For like a Chicago toy fair?
Yeah, they had submitted their design to the Chicago Toy and Game Inventors Young Inventors Challenge, and the judges there selected it from 125 other finalists. They selected this one, and so these girls got to work with Pressman, which maybe it's a toy company, I think, to actually like create this game and put it into distribution. And they are, there were some pictures of them somewhere.
There's a picture on the this is what?
Yeah, here they are right here.
2014, 16?
I think this was about 5 years ago. These 2 girls here designed this game, and they won the contest. And then they worked with this publisher to actually have it produced. I think that's pretty cool. They're actually represented in the game by the female pirates. So there's one. Nick is playing that one. And then here's the other one in pirate form.
Hold on. Let me see this. Focus. There we go. No. Oh my goodness, the focus. There we are.
So anyway, that's kind of cool. They got to put themselves into their game, and I think that it's a neat sort of toy game, right? There's there are some games that are like kind of toys and games at the same time, and I think that this definitely falls into that category. But it's still kind of fun, and it's a very interesting execution, I think. So yeah, let's get back into it and see who can snag that last treasure.
I know. Who will be the winner of Ship of Treasures. So we're going to go ahead and get back into it, and we will see you guys in a second. All right. Toodles! Well, hello, Meeple people. Go ahead and congratulate the captain, Captain Sarah.
I am the captain now.
She is the captain now. Yes, she found the treasure.
I collected all 3 of the necessary treasures for me to win. Even though Nick was allowed to re-hide one of his treasures. So I had all these notes on my board about where I needed one green treasure, and I had some notes about where I'd already looked and about where he had done some things, and then he got to re-hide it. So I had to close my eyes again. He got to pull it out of wherever it was, and then he got to hide it again. But I found it on my very next turn.
Yeah, it didn't even matter. You found a totally different one that I wasn't even hiding. You were close to one, so I moved that, and all of a sudden you found one like across the board. It's like, all right,
I like shiny things. What do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think about Ship of Treasures, Nick?
This is it's a cute little kids game, and definitely like a family-friendly game that kids could really enjoy. Even we had a good time. It was fun.
It was a fun deduction sort of game. Like, if you think like Clue, where, you're trying to deduce, like which room and weapon and suspect and that kind of stuff based on what you see and discover as you move about the board. This feels really similar to that, play-wise. Like the mechanics of it feel totally different, but the actual like play style feels pretty similar.
But yeah, I can kind of see why this might have this won
it's a pretty
competition.
Sort of inventive way that
the bringing these back from like the Guess Who, that was I really enjoy these. I wish modern board games nowadays brought this back somehow.
Yeah, I can't imagine how much this cost to produce.
Yeah. But it'd be really cool if someone was able to bring that back.
I guess it probably wasn't too much more expensive than like a modern game. But we only paid $4 for it because we got it at a thrift store. So
thrift store!
Super cool. So yeah, this was Ship of Treasures. It was fun if you ever see it in a thrift store or a secondhand shop or something
or Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, and it's not a bad price. I would pick it up because for $4, this was definitely really interesting to see how this one worked, and it was fun to play through. I don't know that we'll keep it in the collection, but for $4, getting to just try it out and see how it worked and kind of explore,
expanding a horizon of games that we can play.
Yeah, that was fun. So
indeed. So we all hope you enjoyed this vlog of Ship of Treasures by Pressman, and we hope you all catch us on our next vlog. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe even hit that bell icon, and comment on this video, and just tell us of all your sea adventures, maybe, or your sea adventuring board games.
I have never had like an adventure at sea, really. I think the
closest, that was hurling over the side.
Yeah. So I've been out to sea 3 times in my life. I went on a cruise after I graduated college. I went on VH1's best cruise ever.
Oh dang!
It was amazing. Nick and I went out on a sailboat with Nick's family. The first time that I met them, we drove up to Chicago and we met his family.
Puking over the side.
And a friend of their families invited us to go sailing with them, and we went sailing, which would have been really fun, except that Nick was sick the entire time, and
Found out that day.
I felt really bad for him the whole time. So that wasn't very much fun. That's the second time I've ever been like sort of out to sea. And then the third time was we went to Antigua on our honeymoon, which was amazing. And we booked this sort of like
It was like a boat trip,
where
really.
these
The short little
locals-
day boat trip.
these locals would take you out on their boat, and they would like take you to different islands around the area and show you like, you know, where they'd grown up, and like, you know, it was supposed to be this like secret side of Antigua kind of thing. But it rained the entire time we were on the boat, and they eventually turned it around and we went back to port and they gave us a refund. So all 3 times I've been on a boat have been interesting and unique.
Yeah. Hopefully
yeah.
the next cruise we'll be on is like a gaming cruise.
That would
like,
be amazing.
Yeah. I
I'd
think Board
really
Game
like
Geek
that.
does a game cruise, and that would be very very
That
cool.
would be really, really cool.
Was
as long
trap
as-
people on a boat and just play games all day? Yeah, let's do
As long as
that.
Nick doesn't get sick the whole time.
Well, I hope
this time
it's a bigger boat, so maybe I won't feel as
To
much.
be honest with you, though, I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to get on another cruise ship again after the stuff that was happening with the cruise ships a couple of years back, where like their toilets
It's broken. We're sinking.
And
What?
then the like COVID is going to make it really hard for me to ever feel comfortable. In
Just
that kind of
jump on
setting
that boat.
again, and yeah, so maybe this is the closest we'll ever get to.
Yeah,
being
actually
on a
going
ship.
on a ship. All right. Well, we hope you all enjoyed this vlog, all of our meeple people, and we will catch you on our next one. So, toodles!